Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
If you're a compliance officer, middle managers are crucial in getting your programs from you to your frontline employees. But how do we activate those managers and get them on our side? Ethico's new Middle Manager Toolkit equips you with the skills needed to empower your managers, to promote a culture where ethical behavior thrives and employees feel empowered to speak up. Learn how to turn frontline managers into ethical leaders with our new white paper, Empowering Middle Managers as Ethics Champions. And did I mention you can get the whole toolkit for free? Head to ethico.com to download the full toolkit today.
The Daily Compliance News for February 20, 2025, the Death for Corruption edition. And unlike in the United States, which appears to reward corruption at the highest levels of government, China has sentenced a former banker at Industrial Commercial Bank of China to death for taking bribes, as the government maintained their grip on the financial sector. The banker, known as Li Zong, was handed the death penalty with a 2-year reprieve at court. All his assets have been foreclosed on. He joins a series of high-profile bankers in the past year who have been sentenced to death with a reprieve. Next up, fentanyl sales are moving through China from Mexico. And this is really a disturbing trend that we're seeing, as there's a new front on America's war on drugs, the emerging partnership that has made China a crucial pit stop for dirty money flowing from the U.S.'s fentanyl crisis. The Chinese money brokers, part of an underground banking system, have long served the country's immigrant diaspora, and now it's extending to drugs. And probably the most chiropractic-supported news, the Corporate Transparency Act is back on. Yes, you are whiplashed yet once again, as the latest decision from the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Texas has reinstated CTA's reporting obligations, reversing a nationwide injunction. So this is the Smith case, where Judge Kerdoodle had issued a nationwide injunction, but perhaps discretion was the better part of valor. And he decided that it was time that the injunction be lifted. And our final story is one more troubling story of the Trump administration. It comes to us from Reuters. The Justice Department's senior ethics official resigned on Tuesday after the administration pulled him off ethics duties and assigned him working in a sanctuary cities working group. The official, Bradley Weinsenheimer, decided to accept the government's deferred resignation offer rather than accept the reassignment. This is the latest in a string of non-political DOJ officials who have attempted to resist Trump, but they have all lost because of the invidious nature of the DOJ's actions. Dozens of career DOJ officials who normally remain in office from one administration to another have been fired, reassigned, or quit. And after the hearing today in front of Judge Ho, it's probably going to happen more often, given the testimony from Emil Bove. So it's going to be a tough time at the Department of Justice.
At the start of this podcast, the sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Well, Ethico has a great new offering this month for you, a toolkit for middle managers. This is something that you, as the compliance professional, can use to move your compliance program forward by giving middle managers the skills necessary to answer a call for speak up, or when someone comes in their office and raises a concern. I can't think of a tool that will be more valuable for you in the current era of enforcement.
The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.